This video was brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Manny Man does history. England and its neighbouring countries have had centuries of tussling over control of territory. The rebellious Wales was decisively conquered by King Edward the Longshanks of England in the late 13th century. After centuries of wars between Scotland and England, Scotland ultimately came into the fold when Queen Elizabeth of England died without an heir. So her cousin, King James VI of Scotland, became King James I of England, thus uniting the crowns. 100 years later, the kingdoms of Scotland and England were formally united into the Kingdom of Great Britain. Across the water, Ireland had been falling under English control since the Norman invasion of the 1170s. Henry VIII reorganised the Lordship of Ireland into the Kingdom of Ireland, and his successors tightened control over the island, taking away rights from the Catholic majority, and Presbyterians too. By the 18th century, the Enlightenment was bringing revolutionary ideas to Ireland. America and France had overthrown their royal overlords and established republics. The Society of United Irishmen believed in an Irish republic and allied with revolutionary France. Britain didn't like this, as they were at war with France at the time. The United Irishmen staged a rebellion in 1798, but were defeated. Talk of Catholic emancipation, giving Catholics their rights back, also worried many in Great Britain, who feared Catholics gaining control of the up until now majority Protestant Parliament of Ireland in Dublin. Long story short, the Irish were not to be trusted with their own parliament, and so the Acts of Union of 1800 were passed. The Irish Parliament were initially hesitant to give up their power, but a bit of bribery helped with that. The following year, in 1801, the kingdoms were merged and they became the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, with the only parliament being in London. After this, Ireland became neglected by the London Parliament, particularly during the potato blight of the 1840s. The aftermath of which reduced Ireland's population by half in a few decades by death and emigration. Ireland ultimately gained independence from the United Kingdom in the 1920s, but a strong Protestant Unionist majority in Ulster insisted on remaining with the Union, and so the UK became the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. In the 1970s, they saw the benefits of joining an even bigger union in Europe. But in the 2010s, they decided they were better off on their own. And so stands the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, as of 2020. Thanks for watching, folks. This mini history series is something I plan to do more of, alongside the main big projects, of which the civil rights movement in the USA is still coming. Let me know what you think of this format in the comments below. The YouTube algorithm can be so unpredictable, so Patreon allows me to work at a steadier, more predictable pace. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Some of you have been telling me that YouTube hasn't been notifying you when one of my new videos comes up, so don't forget to hit the bell icon to make sure you get that notification. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and indeed check out my podcast, where many have gone before, where I watch Star Trek for the first time. There's plenty of historical tidbits in there along the way. Thanks again for watching.